they never check their cards. You go to McDonald's, you never check your cards. You go to Pizza Hut, you never check your cards. Y'all guys gotta start checking your cards. But places like Panda House, downtown Bridgeport, Connecticut, I call them community vampires. They're not community robbers, they're community vampires. And the reason why I call them that is because, for one, if I wouldn't have never looked in that app to see that this dude took out more than what he was supposed to take out, I wouldn't have never known that this man took $23.59 out. This man took $3 and some change. You know what? Yesterday I was saying $2, but no, it was more than $2. It was $3 and some change this man took off my card. For what? When the whole order came up to $19.65. Where did he get $23.59 from? The sad part about it is he downtown by the courts. He doing all of this stuff right in front of the court system. He taking money. You know what? Let me tell you something. I'm never gonna let them get away with this. I'm calling the Better Business Bureau, and I'm calling on everybody. Whoever see this, if you seen my post on Facebook, I'm calling on you guys to boycott these Chinese restaurants. Boycott these head stores. Boycott anything that's robbing our communities. Then this is the problem. Our younger generation will never know where to go. We're terribly lost. And the reason why we're lost is because we have the older generation that's not taking the time out to make these young people know what's right and what's wrong. To let these young people know, to see what's right and what's wrong. So that's why these places like Panda Chinese restaurant get away with it. They get away with this. And this is these guys get away with robbing our communities, and nobody cares enough to say anything about it. We just keep it moving, and we don't say nothing about it. All these politicians running for office, all these guys running for office, but none of you guys is really looking at what's going on in the community. None of you guys are looking at that. You're not looking at. You busy trying to stuff your pocket to make your family good. But you ain't thinking about all these community vampires. And that's exactly what they are. Community vampires. That's what these are. These are community vampires. These guys, only thing, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what we care about. We care about our big fancy cars. We care about the shoes on our feet that may not be real anyway. We don't care about the overpriced things that's in our community. We don't care about that the bodega store goes to Walmart and buy a bunch of Snapple juices. Each of them costs 88 cents. But just because it's in their refrigerator, they gonna sell it for $2.50. We don't care about that. That's the problem. And this is exactly why we have such a problem. I'm in beautiful Bridgeport right now. This is beautiful Beardsley Park. Let me tell you something. I'm from New York City, and it ain't where you from, it's where you at. This is a very beautiful place. Okay? Let me tell you something. I'm definitely not gonna talk bad about where I'm from, because it's beautiful in New York as well. But we need a lot of work out there. Okay? But like I said, it ain't where you from, it's where you at. And I'll be damned if I let my people where I'm at deal with people robbing them. Let me tell you something. I'm calling on Bridgeport and any other want to follow these restaurants. Boycott every last one of them. They ain't doing nothing but selling poison to us anyway. Have you ever seen a Chinese man go inside of a Chinese restaurant and order something? It ain't the same. Trust me, it's not the same. It's definitely not the same. It's not the same food. It'll never be the same food. It's always gonna be different. Somebody might want to get on the live. Let me see. Is she backing up? Nope, she keep on going. It's not the same, y'all. We need to bond together and band together as a people. We need to look out for our younger generation that's coming up in this world. I'm gonna tell you right now. Because right now, they don't have a prayer. And that's the problem. There's too many older people trying to be like younger people. I'm a DJ, and when I do parties and the older people, yeah, play Meek Mill, such and such. I can't relate to that. But the only thing I could do is play what they want me to play. We need to grow up. We need to put on our big shoes and grow up, man. That's what we need to do as a people. Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna get deep. Quarter. All these pop-up shops popping up in Bridgeport, Connecticut. The sad part about all of this is nobody patronizes these pop-up shops. And we always talking about, oh, there ain't no jobs. It will be jobs if you patronize these people. If y'all guys patronize these people with these pop-up shops, you'll give these people power enough to create jobs. I'm gonna give a deep shout out to a couple of people right now. Shout out to UFO Ministry. I'm definitely giving them the shout out is so big, it's bigger than this universe. That's how much of a big shout out I want to give. They are doing a lot. They make the difference in this community. And the reason why I can say them guys are trying to save marriages. I'm not married, but them guys are trying to save marriages, which means if you can save a marriage, you can save a household. You can save one more kid from being fatherless on the street by doing something like that. So I want to give a giant shout out to them. I want to give a shout out to Camilla's Closet, for doing her part, getting these people dressed for these job interviews. I definitely want to give a big shout out to her. I want to give a big shout out to Nubian Storm Academy Nation. I want to give a shout out to those guys. They keep these kids busy, and also they, let me tell you something. I don't care what difference that people have with other people. I just want to commend you for just doing what you're doing, because it takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of power just to do what you do, sisters and brothers. I want to give a shout out to that guy, Harry Bell, feeding people. So whatever his purpose was, had that mindset to do it, to feed people. I want to give a shout out to that brother. Sleeping Giants, wake up. All the people that's trying to make a difference, you are unseen gangsters. Reason why you're an unseen gangster, because you out there doing what you do. And it takes gangster to do what you do. Regardless if it's good, regardless if it's bad. You out there doing that. All I'm gonna say, clean up these communities. Run for office and do the right thing when you run for office. Because you want to help out. Any views you have or whatever case may be. Run for office and clean up these people robbing our community. Areas like, see how nasty that area is from drug addicts. So you can't knock nobody. You can't stop somebody from doing whatever they want to do. People want to buy drugs, they want to buy drugs. Hey, I'm not knocking nobody that's trying to make a living. Same time, look at the people that's behind those people that's coming in. Our youth, man, it seemed and it looked like they don't have a chance. We need to get these Chinese restaurants out of our communities, man. Straight jacket. We need to get them out of our community because they not doing nothing. They not helping us out. Only thing they do is robbing us. How you gonna charge me $3 extra for some change when it was 1965? Then you gonna tell me, ask the bank. Now I've been using this card for a long time, shopping everywhere else. Ain't nobody charging me no extra fee. So how is it that y'all guys doing that? You tell me. We need to clean up our communities. We definitely need to clean up our communities. Forget about the vote. Let's do the right thing. Let's do the right thing by our people. Just like Michael Jackson said, they don't really care about us. They don't. And you see what happened when he got back to reality, knowing that he was black. He was killed. Whitney Houston was killed. All these people was killed. Wake up, people. Wake up. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm calling on a boycott. If you guys want to follow that, that's all well and cool. If you still want to keep letting these Chinese restaurants rip us off, and all these other places rip us off in our community, then so be it. Ain't nothing I can say about that. But I'm calling on a boycott for all of the Chinese restaurants. And you know what? When you really look at it, look at where they stationed at. Right dead smack in the middle of our communities. They take unauthorized tips off our cards, and then they argue with us to act like we're stupid. I'm telling you, I'm calling on a boycott. Especially for Panda Chinese restaurant downtown Bridgeport. All Bridgeportians, I'm calling on a boycott for Panda Chinese restaurant downtown downtown Bridgeport. I'm calling on a boycott, y'all. Panda Chinese restaurant downtown Bridgeport. Bridgeportians, I'm calling on a boycott. Do not order food from them on the phone. Do not go down there and get none of their food. We need to take back our communities. We need to let them know that we're in charge. Because that nasty, snotty man that's in there think that we need him. We don't need him. He need us. We need to shut them down ASAP. straight jacket.